Hi everyone, I'm live. What do you think about the cap? It's nice, isn't it? Found it at dollar store. My girlfriend looked at it and she's like, "You're not gonna wear that, are you?" I'm like, "Yeah." For $3, it matches my shirt. Of course, I'm gonna wear it. So, thank you everyone for being here. Tracy T Hand 141 Homestead, my first and only member so far. I encourage you to go and check out his channel. I'm supposed to give him a shout out now since he's, you know, giving me $1 a month to be a member. Thank you so much for being a member. Marie-Lynn, Melissa, I saw Lynn earlier. I saw that Ren's Homestead is here. What's up, everyone? Hope everyone had a nice week. Yeah, hope you're feeling better, Tracy. There's a couple of flus going around. A few stomach flus, a few. The influenza is out and running right now. The price is right. Yeah, for 99 cents, you get to be a member of my channel. Gives you the right to contact me pretty much anytime. Just not by phone, but I mean, most of you already have that privilege anyway. Like, I mean, my friends already have that privilege. I will try to post a video once in a while for members only. And Tracy had first taste of that today. Um, so yeah, he also has a little green little logo right there next to his name. New member, oh Lynn, thank you so much. Now you have access to my video from today. um, yeah, I didn't know if I should do it or not, and then I figured, why not? If people want to join, I'll give them something more. And I only have the one level, 99 cents per month. You can do it for 1 month. Let it go after. You can wait a year, pay for a month, check all my videos at once. It's going to be hard for me to keep posting different videos on a regular basis. But, at least once a week, I'll try to have another one on there. Or I might go with, give you guys the video before all the other ones, and maybe like a week later post it for everyone else. Hi Annie, welcome to the chat. So I didn't really have anything planned for tonight. It's been I just think though, if 305 people join, yeah, that would be awesome. um, I'm not there yet. I mean, I don't even have 300 views on my videos right now. I have the subscribers, but people are not necessarily watching. I'm working on it. I'm hoping to get better. I'm hoping to bring better content. I'm going to move my barn, my friend's property, and hopefully from there, I'll be able to, get more videos, get more stuff, more interesting things for you guys. So, yeah, I didn't really have anything planned for tonight. I figured I'm just going to do a little catch up with all of you, tell you about what's going on. Since I came back from the conference, you leave for 5 days. You think you got pretty much everything covered. You come back home and you're like 3 days behind, 3 weeks behind. It's insane. Oh, thank you so much, Marie-Lynn. Wow, I'm gonna do more live streams now. That's all right, Hanny. Um, any anytime anyone can come, even if it's just for a few seconds. I appreciate it very much. And I know this time of year is very, very busy for lots of people. So everyone that takes time to be here is very, very appreciated. So I got back from the conference. I tried to make a few videos. I had a few ones done before I left. Uh, I started purchasing a few trees. I have 2 cherry trees, a few plum trees. I have also a few apple trees. What will members get? You get the little logo. You get shout out on one live stream at least once a month. I need to figure out how to make a little video and add everyone's channel and stuff like that. I will try to post at least once every second week a video for those people only, and I might give them like a sneak peek ahead of all the other people, depending on what it is. Like, I mean, if I start planting my garden tomorrow, I'm gonna post pictures on Facebook and everything. So I'm not gonna do a video for the members only and get it out in 2 weeks, because in 2 weeks it's gonna be too late. But the video I had coming out today, I was told by a few people on Facebook on a fishing group that I was crazy for saying that I was able to pick up 20 night crawlers under a minute. I try to get the challenge done. I will let you go and watch it for the new members. A little homestead by the beach. Marilyn, thank you so much. And Bucket List Homestead, Lynn, thank you so much. Hello, Rambling with the Broom, Scott. Welcome to the chat. Kendra, hi, welcome. What are the cultivars for your trees? Not sure what cultivars means. I have two cherry trees. I don't remember the name. I am really not very good with the names of trees. I know I have one golden delicious apple tree, and I think the other one is red delicious, but I'm not sure because the name was crossed off and they put like a random standard sticker on it. There was like the same sticker on every tree, but they were not all the same tree. So I don't know. Um, I'm not sure if they're just random trees or. Hello, John. Welcome to the chat. Helping with the barn move. Yeah. So that's supposed to happen this weekend. Tomorrow morning I'm going to go fiddlehead picking with one of my friends, the one I went clam fishing with, and you've hacked the system. What do you mean? So I've hacked the system. So, okay, so you're putting a green circle. Well, for $1 a month, you can have a real circle. Yeah, so I'm going fiddlehead fish, harvesting, foraging. I am aiming at least 80 pounds of fiddleheads. His name is Jack, Annie, Jack and Lindsay. Then I come back. My mother-in-law's birthday was this week, so she invited us over for lobster supper. So it's kind of hard to say no. I told my girlfriend I couldn't go. Like, I have so much going on right now. I don't even know how I'm going to get everything done, but it needs to happen. So she told me she was going to help. When I go foraging tomorrow, I asked my girlfriend to take care of the animals. If the animals are fed and they have water, I save at least 45 minutes to an hour during the day. So it allows me to go and do something else and take a small break. And it's been a crazy week at work. It's insane. So many people missing. I mean, there's sick leave. There's death in some people's family. So many people just change job with everything going on. They're fed up, sick, whatever. They're changing jobs. So we lack a lot of staff, and I end up going on the floor more than I am actually at my desk doing my job. So they proposed me that I would do a little bit of overtime. They allow me to do overtime. The nurses can do overtime a lot. LPNs, doctors, they do so much overtime. But for us, if there's no pharmacist in the pharmacy, we are not allowed to be in the pharmacy. So they don't want to pay the pharmacist to do overtime for sitting there watching me do overtime. So, I can't just stay whenever I want, but they allow me to come in 30 minutes early and, do a little bit more work. So this week it was going to work 30 minutes early And then at the end of the day, because I was on the floor and it was really busy and a lot of prescriptions arriving at the last minute, I ended up doing like an hour of overtime pretty much every day. So I didn't have as much time to do the things I wanted to do at home. Okay, I'm gonna catch up on the chat a little bit. Down home in Maine, fiddleheads in some parts are going for $30 a pound. Wow. Uh, okay, around here, I've seen them in the store for $3 a pound, and that's at the independent grocery store. I see people selling them for like $2.50 a pound, which is not so bad. I mean, $2.50. If I can't find any, I mean, I'll gladly pay like the $100 for whatever it gives me. It would give me around 40 pounds, I guess. Um, I saw some that I thought they had some of the brown paper, but no brown fronds, so not fiddleheads. Yeah, you got to be careful because if you don't have the right ones, you're gonna get sick and you could die. I don't know if this ever happened, someone dying from eating the wrong fiddleheads, but I wouldn't recommend that on anyone to eat something that you're not supposed to. I'm guessing member can be done only by. I'm not sure. Maybe we collected and cleaned about 20 pounds in a few hours the other day. Yeah, it's easy to pick, and if you do it right, last year I harvested about 80 pounds. We give a few to my mother-in-law, to my sister-in-law when she came over from Alberta, um, and then we eat some about every second week. Maybe we still have a lot left. The kids don't eat it as much, but my girlfriend and I like we can cook a pound easily, and the little bags I make they're about a pound. So we take a bag out of the freezer, we cook it, and we have a meal. So it's pretty fun. It's the join button just under the thumbs up on computer anyway. Yeah, I don't know if it's available on the phone. I would have to check it out. Hearing me just coming in now, playing catch up. Thank you so much for being here, Susan. Very appreciated. Fiddle has grow wild here in the backyard. Yeah, it grows wild pretty much everywhere. If you go close to a stream, a river, or a brook. I went last night. I posed. No, I didn't post the video. Well, it's ready to be posted. It's gonna come out tomorrow morning. Um, but they were very very small, and I stayed there for maybe 30 minutes, and then it ended up with about three-quarters of a pound. So I have a meal. Let's just put it this way. Okay, just check my mobile app, and I don't see a join button. Yeah, it's probably not available on the phone. Maybe not yet. I'm on my iPhone. Don't see it. Yeah, I think that's what it is. Hi, Selge. I was just saying, going fiddleheads harvesting tomorrow morning. Hopefully, I should be around home around not too long after lunch, and I need to go help you get the stuff done because I'm hoping to have the barn moved on Sunday if everything is ready. And I don't want you to do that work alone. You got to wait for me, buddy. And yeah, the outfit. That's regular shirt that I had home. I was actually walking with that shirt at dollar store, and I walked in the clothing area, and this hat was there, and I'm like, okay, I'm putting this on, and my girlfriend's like, no, you're not gonna wear that, are you? I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna wear it, and yeah, for like $3, I bought it. So it kind of gave me the Justin Rhodes look, or I can put it backwards and have the Justin Bieber look, but I prefer, the Justin Rhodes look. Just a little joke. I have never heard of them going for more than $2 a pound. Oh yeah. Well, they were $2 a pound last year, and this year, well, with the cost of gas, you figure if someone has to pay an extra $20 of gas to go and harvest them, then you end up paying at the end of the line. A lot more. I didn't see one. Okay, not for me. It matches with my beard. Yeah, gray beard. Saw someone here selling them for $6 a pound. And the crazy thing, people are going to buy them. There's a lot of people, like, I used to play video games, and I was playing World of Warcraft, for those of you who know what it is. And there was some people on there uh, selling services where you could pay them to level up your character, but it's like, okay, it costs like $13 a month to play, but I mean, it's free to bring your own character to the highest level. But then, like, some people, they work a lot, they make money, they don't want to take time to do that stuff, so they pay someone else to do it. So it's the same thing with fiddleheads, or it's the same thing with anything really. Um, they just bring the cash, and they'll buy pretty much anything. It's free for us to go and pick it out, and I mean, I'm not rich, so I'd rather pick it up myself than having to pay for it. But some people make more money than me. Hello, homesteading hustle. Sorry, thank you very much for being here. The same thing, Annie. Same thing is happening for me tonight. I try to go down just one notch, and then the chat goes up and down for some reason. I don't know what's going on. And at home, I mean, $2 a pound. $2 a pound would make sense. Our same gas may hit $10, $10 a pound. They told us it was going to go up to $3 a liter this summer. It's $2.10 now, I think, and it's already the double than what it was like 2 months ago. That's just insane. Love the hat. Thank you. I love it too. I'm gonna have to go take a walk at dollar store and try to find a few more matches for my other shirts. I am not selling anything. I'm just talking about going to forage for fiddleheads, and we were talking about how expensive some people are selling them. And then I have the new membership area that I figured, why not try it? If people want to join, they can join. I will try. I was thinking nobody would join, and then Tracy joined, and I sent him a message saying, hey, like, now I have to make videos. It's like, don't worry and don't do that stuff for me. But even if it's only $1 a month, it's $1 a month that you take out of your pocket and you give it to me, and I will, do right and try to do as much as I can for you guys. For now, the way I see things is I will post a video there for you guys, and maybe in a month from now, I will post it public, for everyone to enjoy. Um, but I don't know about that yet. Like, I mean, it's new to me. I didn't expect anyone to join, and there's been a few people joining tonight, so I thank you all so much. Nothing talking about fiddlehead price. Yeah, I figured it wasn't $10 per pound. $10 a gallon would make sense. Well, it's crazy expensive, but I think it would still be a little bit lower than what we're paying. Can't seem to make the membership work. Can't complete the transaction. That's all right. I will forgive you anyway. I mean, it's not like anyone has to join, but I thank you, everyone that's willing to do it. So my plans for the week were to start building my first greenhouse. That wasn't done. I was planning to get my raised garden bed ready. It has been built with a lot of swearing while doing it, but I didn't have time to go get the compost yet. I have a lot of dead leaves. I have a coworker, rigging them up, and she puts them in bags. And I mean, she called me saying, "Hey, you want some?" So sure, I'll go and I'll pick them up. I'll take them off your hands, and I put them in my compost. I'll put them in my garden bed. All members should get matching hats like Remy. If you want to go to the dollar store and buy one, that's fine by me. So yeah, I will put the leaves in my garden beds, and I will go and get some nice compost this weekend. That is the plan anyway. I am really, really hoping that that this happened. Okay, I'm trying to get some stuff done. All right, sorry. Okay. I went grocery shopping yesterday, and holy moly, the price have gone. Have most definitely gone up. Yeah, we barely bought any stuff today, and it was like $700. And usually we go and fill out the basket, and like, okay, just yes, it's going to cost us $800, but we know that everything we put in the basket is going to get eaten. Like 5 kids, we eat a lot of food. Today I'm like, okay, let's not go crazy this time, and let's see if we can manage to stay, at a reasonable price. That didn't work out too well. Building anything requires a lot of swearing. Yeah, especially for me. For people from Quebec watching, I think it's Martin Matt. He does a few videos where he's trying to change a toilet and he keeps breaking them and going back to the store and he keeps swearing and like that could be me. I tried to install a bedroom door and yeah, I had to go back to the hardware store and buy a new one. And he looked at me. He's like, "What'd you do with the first one?" I'm like, "Well, I tried to drill a hole. It didn't go as planned. The hole was on the wrong side and whatever. Like, just give me another door. Don't ask questions." I think the entire world is in for hard times. Yes, and for the first time of my life, I actually really believe that it's here, it's happening, and it's not because I want to be negative. It's not because I want to be. I want people to panic, but I mean, we're already seeing it. I can see if price goes up at $3 a liter. I'm afraid that suicide rate is going to go up. Divorce rate is going to go up. Um, People are going to have to choose between going to work and eating. And if you don't go to work, you can't pay the bills. So you're not going to have electricity. You're not going to have a car to go to work. You're not going to have money to put gas in your car. But if you don't eat, you're not going to be able to survive. So I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know what people are gonna do. Hello, hello, Naban Hilmi. I'm not sure I'm pronouncing your name properly. I'm sorry. Thank you very much for being here. It's not like the first exporter of weed is not going to export this year, and the second one is in war. Yeah, I'm not sure how much they put the blame on that and how much of it is actually true. Like, I mean, okay, I believe that there's a war, no doubt about that. But is it, are they really bringing the cost up because they're lacking stuff, or are they just making an excuse? I'm not the kind of person to go with the big conspiracies and all that, but it's starting to look a lot like it's something wrong going on here. The barrel price is lower than it's ever been, and yet we pay crazy price for gas. Keep the glasses on, just prepare in case someone yanks them off. Yeah, yeah. It's. I think we've been talking about that for basically the last year, maybe 2 years, especially with everything that happened in the last 2 years. I think people are finally starting to realize that food is gonna be a big issue, and people need to be ready. I see more and more people getting ready to, doing garden, doing little farming, going foraging. Of course, they're not all doing it um, for survival. They're not all doing it for preserving and saving on money. Most of them are doing it because they like the taste of fresh food. But it's a start. I just think an excuse for greed. Yeah, like I said, I kind of think that that's what's going on. Also, especially because of the price of gas. I mean, once the gas goes up, the rest kind of has to go up as well. Because when you think about it, I mean, it takes a lot of money to deliver stuff from point A to point B. Then, of course, us, the consumers, are going to have to pay a little bit more. So, I think it's all about gas. I don't know why. They should really try to find a way to bring that down. Hello, Rochelle. Thank you very much for being here. It definitely doesn't add up. Yeah, like I'm usually pretty good at math, but this one, I don't know the logic behind it. I'm starting to become a conspiracy theorist. Well, there's nothing wrong with asking questions. As long as everything is done in respect, I got nothing wrong to say about that. I mean, people are free to believe whatever they want. And I, for one, believe that there's something going on here that, you know, like you just said, it doesn't add up. It doesn't make sense. If you pay, like, I mean, I last year, a year ago, I was able to fill my Jeep for $13. Of course, I had a $10 rebate because I was working as a healthcare worker, and the garage in question was doing this to support the healthcare workers. It would have still been $23. But imagine, 23. I filled it up yesterday. I was thinking, okay, with the price going up, I might hit $90. I hit $100 right on the dot. $100 to fill up my Jeep. That's insane. And I use a tank going to work back and forth during a week. So now, I make roughly about $1,400 bi-weekly, and it's going to cost me at least $200 right off the back just to make it to work. That's insane. And yet, U.S. farmers are being strangled so tight they can't make a living, and that's one of the scary things. And there was a farmer speaking on the radio the other day, saying, we don't like to bring the cost up. We don't like people, complaining that the prices are too high. But if we have to put more gas, not more gas, but more money worth of gas in our tractor, it's an extra expense. If we have to pay for the truck to deliver, the feed for our chicken, that's extra money coming out of their pockets. The feed is going up, and, who's going to take the fall for that? I mean, they're not going to run a business if they're losing money. That just wouldn't make any sense. So it's us, the consumers, that will have to pay at the end of the line. Chat acting up again. Everyone's saying hi. Everything goes up with gas. Exactly. Too bad Canada doesn't have any gas. Oh, yeah. I mean, in Alberta, they are one of the richest province in the country because of gas. So someone's really gonna tell me that we have to pay that much for gas? Oh man, I had to leave a live stream the other night because people were buying and selling guns and were very. Oh, yeah. I mean, like I said, it's all right to have your opinion on stuff. I think there are lines that we can't cross, and if you start talking about that kind of stuff, then to me, it's a line that I will not cross. Not on YouTube anyway. Several global organizations disagree with you. Asking questions is now equated with spreading disinformation. Well, I think there's a difference between asking questions and spreading straight out lies. Um, I mean, I was working in a hospital when everything started, and people were sharing stuff, and I'm like, okay, that's not true. It's not asking a question. It's not okay. If I say I think that something's wrong, it's not the same as saying I heard this doctor saying that this was wrong. I'm sorry, but I work in a hospital, and what you're saying is a lie. Then I kind of get that this part, disinformation. But then, like, asking questions, wondering what's going on, I totally agree with you. Like, at some point, people were not even allowed to ask questions. It's just, there's a fine line, I think. Some people go over that line, and I mean, that's just the way I see things. I try not to go too deep in that kind of stuff. Get a bike. It's funny because a lot of people were talking about getting a scooter today, and apparently in China, it's very, very popular. A lot of people drive scooters. It's way cheaper on gas. You could at least, have a way to go to work during the summer, although our summers are just like, 2, 3 months. On dead MT, I couldn't get $3 in my car 2 years ago. Yeah, same for me, Lynn. It's just insane. I'm glad we were on a truck on natural gas. And there's a lot of different ways that you can cut on gas. I'm not convinced at 100% that it actually works, but I have a friend of mine, he does a lot of stuff with hydrogen, I guess. So I guess there's a way to do stuff. I don't know nothing about cars, so I'm not gonna go into details. But there are some ways where you can save money on gas. I can cut back on chicken feed if I have to because I free range them. But in the winter, I am currently stuck buying feed. Sales was telling me the exact same thing. That's what we have to do. Free range in the summer, of course, you still need to feed them. They're gonna eat the feed, just not as much, and the feed's gonna go down a lot slower. And then you have time to stock up on feed. And if you can find a place where the feed is very very low, go ahead and buy it. I had a place that was about an hour and a half away from my place, so 3 hour drive back and forth, where the feed was about $12 back in the days, and it was $20 around here. So $8 difference between like per bag. It was worth putting $40 of gas to go there and grab it. I mean, after 5 bags, I was already even. So I would go there and buy like 15 bags. But now with the cost of gas and the cost of feed going up, they're not even selling it for under like $18 now. And I pay around $21 here. It's probably going to go up again around $22, $23. But I'd rather just go buy locally now because of the gas. I wanted nothing to do with it. Yeah, like I would have done the same thing. Something's wrong. Maybe the way that they see it. Um, like I said, personally, that's not what I see. But then again, I don't take the decisions up. You know, I'm not the government. I don't make the rules. So I. But if you're asking me, I mean, there's a difference between saying I think your hat is ugly and telling me that my hat is red. I don't know if you get what I mean. We drive a diesel and a regular gasoline vehicle and spend over $140 a week in gas now with my work commute. Yeah, a lot of people are going to start doing that. I had a coworker telling me that, um, she has a truck and it's almost $400 biweekly for her to come to work. That's insane. Hello, Willow Way Ranch. Thank you for being here. Welcome to the chat. Hello, Honey Badgers. Higgy Homestead. Thank you for being here. It's acting up again. So, my plans for the weekend, like I said, fieldhead foraging tomorrow morning. Then I'm hoping to have time to go and help Selge on his property because there are a few trees that I need to cut down if I want my barn to go. Because the way my property right now here is built, the barn is on a slope, and they can't back up on the other side, and the barn is 16 by 12, and they can't pick it up so that it would be 12 feet wide. They will have to go and put the 16 wide. So once we get there at Sel's property, we have to make sure that it fits. 16 feet is pretty wide. Of course, there's a few branches, like tiny ones. I'm not even going to bother with them. But there are a few trees going down that we need to get done. We need to cut them up. So we're going to have to get that ready. And where we want to put the barn, we have a few things to pick up. And Selge told me he was going to go there tomorrow morning. But I'm telling you, Selge, don't do it by yourself. Wait for me. I want you to wait for me to do that. A little homestead by the beach. Okay, people saying hi to each other. Gather together homestead. Thank you very much for being here. I'm trying to remember your name. I always forget. Glenn and Jessica, right? I'm hoping I'm right. Willowway Ranch. I don't know your name. If you wanna pub, just drop them up. So I have a tendency of being able to remember names. Hopefully, I'll get there eventually. Scott is here. Glenn, so I was right. Hello, Life with Linda and Chuck Charlie, probably. Thank you very much for being here. I need a truck, but right now I'm getting 25 miles per gallon in my car. I think I have to buy a tractor for snow for now. Yeah, it's just insane. Chasing dogs and putting chickens up. Sounds like fun. I'm hoping I didn't miss anyone. If I did, I am so sorry. Okay, I think I'm finally caught up. And once the barn leaves, of course, all the weeds and grass is going to be dead under the barn. I want to take that spot and till it a little bit, add some compost, and give myself an extra space to grow more food. I also have the guy that's supposed to till my garden come in this weekend. I'm hoping that if he was able to come on Sunday, it'd be great. So I'd be able to finish my second greenhouse. Of course, I have to do the first one, but the first one is a purchase one, so I just have to go and get it built up, and then I can go and work on the second one with an old Tempo shelter. I have the plastic here. I'm hoping to be able to build something, but I am really really bad at building stuff. Are you getting pigs for the other property? Not right now because I want to make sure I didn't want to order anything and not being sure if I was ready to receive them. Because if I get them and I'm not ready, then I'm gonna get in trouble with the village again. As for chickens, worst comes to worst, I'll just hide them for a week, um, and then I'll be able to bring them to sales property. But everything is supposed to happen this weekend. So if the barn is there, and then we can grab the fence that I have here. It's just that the T post, for some reason, I had cheap ones, and I was trying so hard to remove them yesterday, and of course, I got to the last one, and the last one is the one that gave me trouble. Willowway Ranch, Wendy. Okay, I will take a picture of that just so I don't forget, and I will kind of study it. I will try hard to remember. And yeah, so I broke a T post trying to shake it off to remove it. It broke. Don't ask me how, don't ask me why. I had to go get a shovel and shovel like 2 feet deep to get it out. So that's not going to happen where my pigs were last year because it's literally sitting in rocks. So I have to figure out a way to remove the T post, get the fence to my buddy's property. Once we're there, we're going to get things fixed, set up, and then once we're there, if I still have time to have pigs, and if I can find some, I will definitely get some. Sals had been working with pigs when he was younger, and he really wants to have pigs as well. So you know it's in the hopes that it will happen. Greenhouse project is next year for me. Yeah, I wanted to have one last year, and I couldn't wait to plant some stuff. And I have a small no-till garden next to my house that's about 6 by 10 or 6 by 8. And I was hoping to put my little greenhouse there because here the wind is so bad that if I don't put it behind the house, it might just, take the greenhouse and God knows where it's going to land. So I was waiting for a guy to come and till my garden, and it took a really long time to come. So I ended up planting stuff in the side garden, and I didn't worry about putting up my greenhouse. But this is a plan for the weekend. I'm hoping to get this done. The guy's supposed to come till my garden. That way I'll be able to plant my peas, my radishes, my carrots, my potatoes. I also have turnips that are popping up from last year. So I didn't know they're probably not perennials. They're probably biannuals. Chris and Steph might know the answer to that. Um, but I'm going to have to pick them up. If the guy comes with a tiller, I'm going to have to do whatever I can with them. So yeah, hello Chris and Steph. Thank you for being here. People saying hi to each other. Sounds like you have a lot going on. Yeah, and that's the thing. You were not here earlier, but I was talking about how even it works. It's very crazy this week. I usually work 8 to 4, and if I make overtime, it's because it was like a crazy project that has to be done for a certain time, and that hasn't happened in the last 2 years, except for when the pandemic started. Working in a hospital, you can imagine that things got crazy very fast. But this week, for some reason, I had to replace on the floor, and they allowed me to go in to work 30 minutes ahead, so I could have I could accumulate 30 minutes of work at time and a half per day, and I ended up doing an extra 30 minutes pretty much every night. Is oh, uh, is your soil warm enough to plant? Uh, the soil itself, I would say yes. I mean, we've been having around between 15 and 20 degrees Celsius for the last 2 weeks. It's just going down around 3 to 5 at night. So I'm not ready. I'm not going to put my peppers and my tomatoes yet. Those are going to stay inside for a little bit longer. But I mean, I can plant sweet peas, you know, uh, stuff like that. I can plant now. Lettuce, spinach, kale, whatever goes in the ground. Carrots is good to go. I mean, I was able to shovel the soil, the dirt. I mean, it's not frozen anymore, so it's warm enough for me anyway. I always plant those kind of things at this time, and I mean, last frost date is in about 10 days from now, so I should be able to plant the cold hardy stuff. I need a way to keep my greenhouse warmer. I I know Annie had a good solution to that. She was able to seal half of the greenhouse and put a heater in there, but I don't know. I don't know if it would work out for everyone. Hello, hello, Holoby Homestead. Thank you very much for being here. It's a little bit more boring than usual. I'm just up here myself, talking, and I'm not a very good talker by myself. I usually ask the questions and let the other people go, and but tonight I am the one talking. Yes, turnips are biannual. If they survive the winter, they should produce seeds this year. So you think I'd be able to dig them out and put them elsewhere, or just take them out until the guy comes and does his thing with the tiller and then put them back in the soil? I just checked in with the group in the. Oh man, had that problem for a while. Okay, that's not for me. It's not for me. The guy told me there was a variation type of squash. I really felt like I would believe. God, I really felt like I would believe. Hmm. Only one type of squash. Instead, no, that doesn't sound right at all. If you have a chance, I don't know if it's Steph or Chris in the chat or both of you. If you have a chance, I'm hoping to plant my squash within maybe well, I have to start them indoors this weekend. That's another thing I have to get done. See, I forget things. I would like to have the list of the ones that don't cross pollinate. You told me you had a list. You could give me a list of those ones. If you could do that for me, that would be very much appreciated. And I ate the meat that you gave me, Chris and Steph. It was delicious. I made a few, just a few steaks, and I made a roast. It was, wow, some of the best meat I've ever had. You guys still had a lot of snow around when I was here. Yeah, but we have so much snow in the winter that when the weather is fine, it takes a long time to melt. I was still able to find snow in the backyard today. A few spots here and there that where there's a shade. You probably would survive no problem, I would think. Okay. Hello, Patrick. Welcome to the chat. Thank you very much for being here. We might be easier if you send a list of what you have, though, if you have it, and I can quickly tell you which are in which species. Okay, I have a Excel document with all the squash. I can group them together. I will tell you now, though, I have some that are more than ones, but from different seed companies. Um, so there might be a couple duplicate in the list, but I will definitely do that. Yeah, the lamb was delicious. I loved it. And the chickens have been giving me 3 eggs per day. So 2 chickens, 1 rooster. I have 2 eggs per day. And I'm only at day 10 in my incubator. And earlier today, I'm pretty sure I heard some little they were squeaking a little bit. I'm just hoping I wasn't crazy. I mean, day 10, that's fairly early, right? But I don't know. I'm pretty sure that's what I heard. Toboggan off the house roof. Yeah, that's how it is in the winter. It's it gets so bad that even if it's plus 25 Celsius for like 3 straight weeks, it can't melt everything. It's just too much. Great news on the eggs. Yeah, and I will, as soon as these ones. Well, they're at day 10, so I have another 11, maybe 12 days before I'm done with the hatching. I should start picking them up now, I guess, and putting them aside, and get another batch ready for the incubator. But if I heard some peeping in there, um, yeah, that's what I thought too. Day 10 is way too early. But I mean, I must be going insane unless it was really, really warm on our way back home, and I don't know. I might be crazy. My raised beds are finally filled up with soil, so tempted to start planting my seedlings, but trying to hold back. Last 2 summers, last frost happened a good part into June both years. Yeah, there's a few ways to deal with the frost depending on what you plant. I'm going crazy. Or it might have been a video playing somewhere in the background or in the living room, or maybe it was just my chair squeaking. I don't know. Like, I'm pretty sure I stopped and I listened, and I'm okay. That does sound like it's coming from the incubator, but I don't know. Whatever. I might be insane. Well, sorry. We had supper. The piles of snow was, yeah. Yeah. And I'm sure there's still snow there. If I go there, I'm probably going to see snow again. Going crazy. Oh, that was Marilyn. Marilyn sat on him. Yeah, there are a few things you should be able to plant: lettuce, kale, spinach, radishes, carrots, everything that goes in the ground. They don't really care about the frost. I mean, at least not yet. Um, I don't usually wait out on those. There's a few good cold plants as well that will do well in cooler temperatures. I'm planning this weekend. I have to. And you're what zone? Are you zone 4 or 5, Scott? Because I'm hoping to start planning some stuff this weekend too. And if I have the greenhouse, they say you should win an extra 2 weeks at the beginning and 2 weeks at the end. Well, 2 weeks at the beginning will be about now. Zone 5, okay. I'm going to be fan of hearing someone say something in passing, integrating it into my mind as truth. I don't know. It was the bunny. Those are the Easter eggs. Zone 5. All right. What else do I have to do this weekend? I want to build more raised beds. I didn't even start hardening off my plants yet. I have some blueberry bushes. I was reading on them, and I was wondering why I was never able to grow them properly. And then I read something about if the soil is not acidic enough, no matter what you do, it might never be enough. Like, let's say, I think they need a pH of about 5. And if your soil is at 6, then you might be able to do something, um, to bring that down and allow your blueberry bushes to survive. But if your soil is at 8, no matter what you do, it's never going to come back down enough to the desired pH. So it's never going to be acidic enough. And I'm starting to wonder if that's why all my blueberry plants seem to die. Um, they're I buy them, they're this big, and then the next spring they're like this big. They seem to take life a little bit, and then ash is a golden ticket. Yeah, but isn't ash more alkaline? I'm about 7 weeks ahead on my seed in the greenhouse. Nice. You want me to sleep? I'm probably not gonna have time to sleep. I don't know what I'm gonna do, but sleep is for another time. No, I mean I take time to sleep when I come home after 9 p.m. I mean there's only so much you can do in a day, right? So I try to do as much as I can whenever I can. And the thing is, this week was really exhausting. It was really tough week. So as much as I want to relax, I can't. But then again, I don't want to go crazy overboard as well, like waking up at 5 in the morning and going to bed at around 12, because it's going to kill me and it's not going to be better at the end. We won't even tell you all the things we need to do this weekend. Yeah. um, I have more than just a barn. I have a few more buildings that I have to bring there as well, because I also have quails coming. I have turkeys coming. I have 25 meat chickens coming. And I mean, that needs to get done. Um, the buildings need to go there. And I'm hoping that once. Man, I swear I heard a little. It's not my chair. I swear I heard a little something from the incubator again. Oh, that's creepy. I'm going insane. I'm gonna need to go to the psychiatry unit soon. I forgot what I was talking about. Yeah, so I got a lot of little small buildings here that I want to bring there as well. And once this is done, I will not have chickens here except for like the 4 chickens I'm allowed to, but I will definitely have a few hens laying around. And I will take the second chicken coop I have in my garage and bring the rabbits in for the winter at least, and they might stay in the garage for good. There's a good airflow. They won't smell that much, and I will still be allowed to harvest the poop. I have little buckets underneath the cages so I don't lose anything, and they won't have as much snow. They won't be buried in the snow in the winter at least. Hashes the golden tickets. Yeah. Then again, I read somewhere that it was really alkaline, so I don't know. And you see more blueberries where there's been forest fires. So, well, hope everyone's weather holds out. I'm hoping we don't get any more frost. From what I can see on Weather Network, we should have the last one next Monday. But there's always like an odd one come in at some point, and you know, what I do usually, I just put the sprinklers on and I leave the water running all night. That kind of stops the freezing from dropping on the plants. I planted 2 tomato plants into the garden and 9 in the greenhouse. I'm gonna have so much tomato plants. I don't even know where I'm gonna be able to put them all. Um, I might put some at the community garden. I will also have a spot at my dad's property. I have to go there. It reminds me, I have to call. See, my dad's land, he has like about an acre of property. And right behind his house, there's a property from, another woman that lives up the street that and she has the whole land behind all the houses in that street. My brother on his side, he asked her like, "Do you mind if I take some of the space to put my animals?" I mean, the guy that was there before me had some animals there, and he was allowed to. And would you allow me to do the same thing? And she's like, go ahead. Like we won't go and build stuff right behind your house. It wouldn't make sense. Just don't go and cut all the trees. And it's literally a field behind my parents' house. So I'm gonna ask them if they would allow me. I don't see they would say no. There's no reason for them to say no, but I will ask them anyway to see if I can take a few extra feet on their side of the property and plant a little bit more stuff. I'm gonna have another guy go in there to till a little part of a garden, and I'm not sure yet what I'm gonna plant there. I'm guessing carrots because I want to plant something that I don't have to go, you know, every day, and that I don't have to go and water all the time. So I know carrots are pretty hardy in the winter in terms of if they don't have water, the carrot will try to go down deeper, grow faster to try to go and tap the water that would be a little bit lower in the ground. So I know there's carrots. I want to plant at least one type of squash. Set it, drink there. So I want to plant at least one type there because I don't want them to cross pollinate with others. And I'm not sure what else I'm going to plant there. That's why we put the blueberries in raised beds, some deeper than others. We did add peat, not a huge fan of that, and added wood branches and mulch cedar and spruce. Yeah, I've read about pine needles. I guess pine needles are pretty good as well. My dad has a few pines on his property. Um, Sorry, there's a beer coming up. He has a few pine trees. I'm gonna go and rake a few buckets of pine needles. All my souls are hanging right around 7. The pH, that's pretty cool. So if you want to have blueberries, you're gonna have to bring that down. And if you want to go down 2 notches, I've read that it was pretty hard to do. My tomato plants are outside tonight. Pajama party for them. Pajama party for them. For the first time, they grow so fast. Oh, you must be proud of them. I have a few ones that are, almost too big to stay in the house, but I can't bring them out yet. I was thinking I could put some pumpkins, lettuce, squash, carrots, radishes, ground stuff. Zone A, 4A, 4B with a weird microclimate. Hoping all goes well. Well, if you go like the root vegetables, the greens, they usually do pretty well even if it gets cold. Now, if you know you're going to have frost in the middle of June, I would tell you maybe to wait on other things. But I mean, if I know for sure my last frost date is in a week from now, I can get ready to plant stuff, in a few days because by the time it pops up, you know, last frost date will be gone. Water bubble, maybe. Yeah, I don't know. I swear I heard something coming out. I don't know. Might be my son in the stairs playing tricks on me. To the old soldiers hospital. We have a psychiatric ward in Campbellton. The Restigouche Hospital Center is actually a mental health institution. I saw me and you cares. Thank you very much for being here. Melissa is back, or she's been here all along. So it's Angie and Mike, or just Angie, because Mike is probably playing his games again. Peat moss is a miracle additive. It's a shame that we have to switch to coconut husk and pretend it's as good. Thanks for the info. Okay, it's right now. Nice. 10 p.m. 20. Well, not 10 p.m. for you. It's 9 p.m. for you, but 28 degrees Celsius is pretty good temperature for this time of year. Anyway, it would be for me. Well, the last 2 years it was strange because the last 2 years we had heat waves in the beginning of May, so we had no snow very early, and it was even more dangerous to plant the stuff in the ground because of we had such nice weather. Let's keep going. No problem. We don't usually plant squash until first week of June, and we are zone 5B. And you mean you don't put them outside, or you don't plant them indoors either? Okay, 5 degrees Celsius. It might still be freezing. Like you still might get frost, and it might be a little bit cold for your plants. We are saying 5 degrees Celsius supposed to happen on Monday night. Have to wait to put the peas outside. Yeah, 30s. Yeah, I said it once. It's like I'm almost afraid to say the word now. We are 12 degrees out tonight. I didn't check. It was pretty nice here as well, but I don't know exactly how much it was. Adding pine needles should help around the blueberries. You can do a pretty deep layer to close to them. Yeah, if I want to put a lot, I might have to go somewhere else to pick more because my parents really only have they only have 2 pine trees on their property, but they're pretty big trees, so they drop a lot of pine needles. But so hello, Mike and Angie. It's never just Mike. That's all I say. Yeah, that's why I say, is it just Angie or Angie and Mike? You would think wood ash would be acidic. Add water, and it can make lye. Angie, going crazy again. The chat is going crazy. Like alkaline is very caustic, but not acidic. Okay, Scott Tracy, good as everyone. Don't forget to hit that like button. Thank you very much, Tracy. I have good moderators tonight. Well, I think almost everyone in here is a moderator. It's never just Mike. That's all. Yeah. You can also use aluminum sulfate to help mend soil for blueberries as well. Same thing we use for tanning the rabbit hides. We've never had it though. Okay, cool. Outside, we used to wait to plant the seeds out until the beginning of June, but now we do start the plants ahead of time. I think would the plant keep producing? I'm just wondering. Um, like if you plant a squash plant, I have to take a drink. And once it starts producing, is it just gonna produce a certain amount of fruits and then be done, or vegetables and then be done? Or you can harvest, and as long as the weather is nice enough, you're gonna keep having some. Right now, pretend summer. Yeah, that's a tricky thing. It's so nice sometimes that yeah, you don't want to plant your stuff too early, but it's so tempting, right? And you can go outside, have a nice little fire, drink a few beers, relax. I love you guys too. I love everyone and every subscribers. We were talking about that at some point. I think it was with Tracy. You gotta take care of every single subscriber and see them as friends or almost family, because they take their own time to watch you, even if they're not sitting in front of the computer. I told my cousins the other day, if you don't want to sit there and watch the whole thing, just press play. Just don't put it on mute. You know, change the diapers of your daughter's diaper. Go cook lunch. Come back. You'll see bits and pieces here and there. And like, you don't have to know everything that's going on. We all have a life. We're all busy. Like, I mean, right now I'm trying to follow up with everyone. I think I'm about 3 weeks late on some of the videos. So I just take the new ones when I have time, and eventually I'm gonna get down to the first one from 3 weeks ago. But it's just insane, and everyone is more busy doing more videos, and my views have dropped a lot in the last 2 3 weeks. Bots don't stand a chance in this live stream. I noticed in the last not 2 months, 2 weeks to a month maybe, they are really not as bad as they used to be. I'll take the squash and cucumber seeds inside. I want them to germinate outside, but I don't want them to be too cold either. Back in 2 minutes. All right. Usually squash plants will keep producing until frost. The summer squash are good at that, but the winter squash varieties usually do as well. Just take longer to mature. Okay, that's good to know. Thank you. By the book, I will have only a 25% chance of frost after this coming weekend. Scott was telling me, by the way, if you haven't seen his channel, Scott Rambling with the Brooms, I suggest you go and take a look. He has a pretty nice channel, a lot of fun stuff going on there as well. And well, I mean, everyone in the chat here has a good channel, so you can just go see everyone's channel after I'm done. He was saying that you can put Christmas lights on your plants. It might seem crazy, but I guess it produces just enough heat so that the plants don't get, hit by the frost. I've never tried it myself, but it'd be something to think about. 50% chance right now. It might be, like I say, on the 29th, it's my last frost date. It might be like it goes down to 50-50, but usually we don't get that many frosts starting June. Keep making videos, though you don't know what may get found later. Usually fall seems to pick up a bit, and that's what we have noticed. So you mean people go back and watch your old videos? And yeah, I'm not going to quit on the videos. I'm actually trying to get one per day right now. But like I said, it was a crazy week. I was just lucky that I was able to film like 5 videos in the same night. So when that happened, I mean, I came in, I uploaded all the videos on my computer, and then at least once a day, I try to come and do some editing. And I have a cramp in my right foot. I'm trying to move. That's why I move a lot. So I try to make at least one video per day, doing the editing and all that. And then I try to upload it, and I was struggling this week for some reason. I always accidentally press the slow-mo button instead of the video button, and you can go and get the video back. But then when I add it to my editing software, it puts everything upside down. And when I want to export it, it puts the video in the original way, but it takes a lot longer, and it seemed to take a lot more computer power, computer memory. So I kind of have to close everything, and I can't watch any videos on YouTube. I can't do anything else, and just try to get that video to export. And it keeps crashing, and then suddenly, boom, there you go. It works pretty well, but it took me like 10 tries, so like maybe 2 hours on Wednesday to get that one video out. My views always go down in the late spring and summer, then they boost when the cold weather gets over. I'm just wondering if it gets back, like I know it gets back to normal, but I mean in the fall, if I don't have any videos to show for, are people going to go and watch my first videos? Yeah, after I'm done, I'm hoping that you guys stay here as long as you want. Like I can, if you want to come up here, I'll copy the link here. If someone wants to come and have a chat. Are there any channels here someone don't know? I don't know. I think we pretty much have all Canadians except for Melissa. Melissa, you're in the States, right? And Tracy, you're in the States. I think everyone else that I saw on here is from Canada, and pretty much all supporting each other. If I'm going up just quickly. Yeah, unless I forget anyone else. But yeah, I think Live with Blinda and Chuck, if you're still here. He's from the States. Higgy Homestead, I'm not sure. I don't remember where he's from. Gather Together Homestead, if they're still here. They're from the States as well. I am on the same with editing. I can only edit, but if I try to do something else while editing, it can freeze up on me. Yeah, Wendy, I think, is in the USA. Okay. So you can go ahead and share the links, Maryland. I don't mind. That's what I want. I want people to support each other. We have this nice community going, and it's really fun and nice. Everyone being involved.
Wow, that was quick.
I saw you coming in. Click right away. And the link is there if anyone else wants to come and have a chat. It's not going to be until 2 or 3 in the morning. You don't have to worry. We were planting a couple of dozen fruit trees in our permaculture orchard today. The flies were so bad, I had to put on beekeep. Wow, that's really bad.
I guess.
Into the helmet, and I was trapped. Well, that's a fun thing about fall. You don't get mosquitoes and flies,
Mm,
and you get to go hunting.
yeah, hunting. I can't wait.
Yeah.
The mosquitoes are starting to come out here pretty bad. The deer flies not so much yet, but everything is starting to show up. It's starting to wake up.
So, what are you up to this week? What projects did you get started? A lot.
Well, I almost refinished the bath. Had to refinish the bathroom. I was
Okay.
sick. Sorry,
Oh yeah, it's true.
but
Well,
no. Today I was the first I really got out and was able to do anything. I transplanted my like 9 tomato plants. 6 of them in a big. I took a 55-gallon drum and cut it in half, and use that as a pot. And then I planted 2 in the garden to see how they do. And then I mulched my asparagus is starting to come up good. I was worried because I was seeing my main plant. Thanks, Mary Lane. I saw my main plant, but then all the little ones that I planted from seed, I direct sowed them in as seed, and they started coming up. So I mulched all that. I found out that my parsley that has been growing in the same spot for a couple years it's not parsley there now. It's saying it's some kind of mugwort or something that's there now.
okay.
The app on my phone. I don't know.
I don't know about the apps on the phone. Like I had a small tree on my property. I think I have it in one of my videos from last year, but I couldn't get it identified. So I have no idea what it is. I think I picked it up at some point behind my dad's place, thinking that it could have been like a very very small apple tree, but it's like far from it. I mean, back then I didn't know anything about trees, um, but it's not that big. It's still pretty small. It's not growing fast, and I don't know. I'm gonna take pictures, do maybe like a short video asking people if they know what kind of tree it is. You just reminded me that I'm supposed to pick my asparagus today. Well, that's something you're gonna have to do tomorrow, Chris and Steph. Wake up 30 minutes earlier. Go get that done. You can do it. One
I,
hummingbird.
I think I picked mine already. I picked like 3 or 4 stalks and just ate them right there in the garden. Um, it was just so good. They were so sweet. Um, well, okay, it's asparagus. It kind of tastes like mowed grass a little bit, but it was still tasted really good.
I have never tried asparagus. Never.
Really?
I bought some at the store this week. I told my girlfriend that I wanted to try because if I like it, I'm gonna grow. I'm
Yeah.
gonna grow some.
It's really good for you. It has a really long taproot, so it draws up minerals and stuff from the soil, and it's one of the first things that come out in the spring, and that's one reason it makes your pee smell when you eat a bunch of asparagus is because of all the minerals and nutrients and stuff that's in there. Asparagus pee, yeah.
Okay, let's see if I can find. I know Chris and Marilyn are pretty good with birds, and I'm gonna try to find a video in a second. Just give me a second. Oh, connection error. Of course. I'm pretty sure. My guess is it's woodpecker, but the top of the head was like more on the pink side than red. Let's see if I can find it. All right. Okay, so I can go to the chat while it's loading. So I filmed that.
Oh, rapid and prosciutto. Oh, that sounds really good.
It was foot high today and had good intentions. Yeah.
Yeah, you got
Don't.
to be careful, man. You go out. Sometimes you go out and it's already starting to fern just in one day.
Where's that video? It's crazy. Yeah, it's a great perennial. I know, and that's why I wanted to try. Can't find the video. Where is it? I mean, I was right in my kitchen window. Unless it's further back. Oh, here. No, that's yeah. Let's see. Let's see if I. Okay, so I'm gonna try to share my screen. I don't know if it's selected. Okay, it is selected. So I don't know. Can I put that full screen? We don't see too well because it wasn't my patio door window, but I'll remove the mouse from there. That's some sort of woodpecker, I'm guessing, because I don't know if it's going to turn around at some point and you might see the red. Okay, so you couldn't see it, but maybe Chris and Steph or Marilyn would know what it is. Let's see if I can. I think I had a picture as well. Can I see the red? Maybe a little bit on that one. Okay, let's share it again. I don't know if you can kind of see here. It looks kind of orange on the picture, but it was more of a pink. That was the first time I saw one. Right, like I mean, I usually see them in the forest or around trees, but it was just, it seemed like it was grabbing worms or something. That was kind of cool. Well, it was for me. Okay, I'm gonna put that back there.
Yeah,
So
they're saying northern flicker.
Northern flicker.
Mm-hmm. That's
Cool.
what they're saying.
So is that in the woodpecker category?
I'm not sure. Wendy was the bird person.
Okay. I used to have a feeder. I used to have a few, but they keep telling us that there's more and more illness going around the birds, and I don't know. I figured if I have to worry about that kind of stuff, whatever. It's only birds, right? They come anyway, so I don't have to put feeders. They'll come anyway. They come in the plants. They come in the trees. As long as I see life in my garden, I'm fine. Just
No,
don't cook.
I haven't. You just say squash? I thought you just said squash. Anyway, we haven't heard too much about the bird flu down here. And we're only like 2 or 3 states away from you.
Yeah, we had a few in south of New Brunswick, but not in my area yet. Anyway, my girlfriend read about asparagus, and she said that one of the best way to cook it, I guess, from what she could find online, was with bacon. So we forgot bacon at the store today. Like, how can you forget bacon, right?
Right.
We usually buy the pre-cooked one because the kids love to do sandwiches. And when they do sandwiches, I mean, we don't have to worry about cooking lunch. They're old enough. Like the youngest one is 8 years old. He's the only one struggling a little bit. But you can cook noodles. You can grab a bowl of cereals. You can cook like um, not cook, but heat small pizza pockets and stuff like that. So they kind of know what to do. You know, if something happens, we're not here. They can take care of their own meals. So that's why we buy the pre-cooked bacon. I like my best roasted. Okay, I will try them in future. If I try them the first way and I love it, I'm gonna keep doing it. And if not, I'm
Yeah.
gonna try to find some other ways.
Wendy had me hooked on pickled asparagus.
You're ready. I don't get to have asparagus often. Lindsay is not a fan.
It's like me with Taco Bell. Wendy didn't like Taco Bell at all.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Taco Bell didn't like her either, but it was something I was like, man, I really want a taco. She's like, really?
You can
Now
go
she
with
had no,
there.
yeah, she had no problem, making tacos here at home. It was just Taco Bell.
I love to forage in the lawn and eat ants. Good. Then I want it. I'm definitely want him here. I don't like ants. Hello, hello, BB Kern Solon Homestead. I'm probably gonna mess your name up, but I'm just gonna call you BB Homestead, if you don't mind. If you hear kind of Falcon shout, it may be him. Okay, good to know. That way I won't be as scared. Pic flamboyant in French. Okay, I won't be as scared if I hear weird noises around when my chickens are out. Oh, so I'm at the end of the chat already. All right, no, I don't mind. Okay. uh, yeah, just that I never know. You know, sometimes when you're not familiar with the name, or just do a short video tomorrow morning and I will watch it and just pronounce it. See, that's a good way to get views.
Yeah.
So, what are your plans for the weekend? Are you feeling better enough to go and start doing some work in the yard?
Yeah, I want to get my beds ready. I'm not sure where I want what yet in my garden, and usually I'm way beyond that by now. Um, but I really just don't know what I want where. Um, I've got everything from watermelon to um, uh, oh to squash. Yes, I said it, but I don't drink, so I'll take a swig of water. It was almost empty anyway. But so I can probably start transplanting some of them out here after this weekend or whatever. Up north, we usually planted Memorial Day weekend when I lived in Port Lyden, and sorry, I'm reading ahead.
Awesome. Awesome.
Um, but yeah, when we lived up north, it was Memorial Day, and here I think I would have gotten away so far with doing with putting stuff in the garden now, but I want to get my my garden beds ready. I've had to mow once already. I and need to mow again the lawn, which is great because I think it was Patrick Costa said that his wife calls me the compost king because I did so many videos on compost the last few weeks.
Well, if it works and your
Yeah,
compost looks great,
it's looking really good. Um, Hopefully, I'm getting better at it because I see the value. I've got my son-in-law brought me a huge dump truck load of manure topsoil mixed. It's kind of a sandier topsoil, but with the manure in it and everything. And
okay?
I'm sifting it out and getting it done because one thing I got is clay. So if I took and just I'm making the beds. I'm trying to make the beds on top of the uh, ground I rake the wood chips I have back, and then I break up the soil, the clay just a little bit, because there's about a 1/4 inch of topsoil there that the wood chips have created.
Okay,
But
cool.
then I'm just doing them. I'm raking the wood chips kind of like into raised beds, 6 or 8 inches tall, um, and then filling them, and then I'll fill in between each row with more wood chips later on.
I'm gonna pin that up there right now. So do you do your compost like straight on the ground, or do you have it in a bucket somewhere? Because I have mine right on the ground, and like I made it like a compost bin with pallets, but the grass comes out like right in between the compost. So yes, my compost is doing good, but then if I try to take that, it's gonna be full of weeds.
Right.
Should I cover it with a tarp, something like that, or?
No, I don't think I would cover it. Because there's several different types of composting. You can do anaerobic, which would be without the oxygen, and then you can do aerobic. Um, Anaerobic, I think, is the one that uses the heat. If you have a 3 foot by 3 foot pile that's about 3 or 4,
Right.
Maryland, um, that's 3 or 4 foot tall, then it should build up heat inside it, which should kill any seeds and stuff like that. And then when you rotate it, it'll build that up again, and it should kill all the seeds. You can buy. Well, you used to be able to buy. Now, if you're anything like me, you don't have any money because I'm broke. But you could buy a compost thermometer just to keep track on that. But I have a, a wooden pallet, and then I have a wooden pallet, and I got boards in the back, and then have another wooden pallet. So I got like 2 bins going right now. One of them I filled when I cleaned the chicken coop, and
Once it
um,
start like when it gets older, you transfer to the other one.
I should. I've got some more pallets. Trevor just brought me a pallet, and that's what I'll end up doing is moving one over, rotating them both at the same time, probably shortly before winter, because and right now I'm filling the second bay up with long clippings, and then uh, like leaves and stuff like that, the dead leaves that I get, and some small wood chips. The wood chips, they're great, but I'm really hesitant to put them in my pots because I know they would hold water, kind of like those little white things, like perlite.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, they would hold water, but I also know that by having a wood chip under the soil, as it's trying to break down that wood chip, it will use up the nitrogen in your potted plants, potted pots. So I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Not totally sure what the best way to go on that, but yeah, I have it right on the ground.
I like I've read on it a lot. Like I've never composted in my life before, like 2 years ago,
Mhm.
and I started, and it didn't do very very well. But I know that I have to flip it a little bit more often. So I probably have to go and do it this weekend. That's probably one of the other things I have to do.
Mhm.
Um, I mean, I had two piles about 4 feet high, and it came down to about a feet high each.
Yeah.
So I know there's something going on, but I kind of look at it and I still feel like it's still like chicken poop. No, I don't know if you know what I mean. Like it should
Yeah.
be starting to look like compost, but I still feel like it's chicken poop.
Or with chicken poop, like with mine, I put a nice thick layers of the ground wood chips, and then yeah, that's kind of what I was. I'd have a nice thick layer of wood chips, and then a layer of the chicken manure, and then a nice thick layer of wood chips again, because you want the nitrogen to be tamed a little bit. Um,
Yeah.
oh,
You're reading this one?
yeah.
The wood chips will absorb.
Oh, cool. Yeah, because I get the arborist chips um from the arborist, and then I have a wood chipper that I chip them down with through the leaf, so it goes through the hammer mill of my wood chipper, and that really seems to break it down more, so that I'm not sifting out a whole bunch of wood chips to use it the next spring. But this was my first real spring that I had any real what I would call usable compost.
Okay. I know it takes time, but I've seen people, turning it like in 6 months. I'm like, it's been 3 years and I still can't use it.
If it's do you have any way to test your where is that thing?
The
Your
heat.
soil? The yeah. Uh which I guess pH and stuff on chicken manure isn't what kills, because I've got one of those electric. Well, it's I guess it runs on batteries, but it'll do the fertilization level and the pH level of the soil. You take a sample and you soak it in water, and then you drain off the excess water after 15 minutes, and then you put the tester in, and it'll tell you what the fertilizer is, the fertilized quality is, and mine is just into the ideal by a little bit. And because it has low, ideal, and then too much. But I, as a control, I tried doing green chicken poop, fresh chicken poop, and it came out uh, as ideal. So I don't think it's the pH level came out as 6.5 or something. It wasn't very high, so I don't think it's the acidic level or the nitrogen level or whatever. Um, I'm actually growing comfrey this year for Ren's homestead, and that will give, if you take and macerate comfrey leaves, rip them up, and soak them in a 5-gallon bucket. After 2 or 3 days, you can put it directly on your plants, but after 4 to 5 weeks, you can dilute it and use it on your plants. And that will give you a 511 NPK rating. I think it's 5 nitrogen, 1 potassium, 1 phosphorus, or somewhere in there.
Potassium is the K. So,
Okay. Okay, so it switched those.
I had a question and I kind of forgot what it was. Oh, about what's on screen. So, Renz, you say that it's easy to add more nitrogen if the plants look pale. What's the easiest way to do it? Because I have a. Get ready to take a drink. I have a squash plant under the grow light, and the leaves are yellow. So I know it's missing something. It's probably nitrogen, because that's what you seem to be talking about here. How would you go and add nitrogen knowing that it's in my bedroom? Like, I'm not gonna put something that can kill me in my bedroom. But if you have an easy way, wood chips and chicken manure, that's what I do. I put wood chips in my chicken coop. I have about that much compost to pick up right now. I've been lazy with that. There's always something to do, and that's something else that I really, really have to get going. Get in there and clean this up. Um, I have a second chicken coop that only has one rooster and one chicken right now. The chicken is crippled. She has like a broken leg, or I don't think it's broken. I think her two legs are just like she grew wrong or something like that. She's living. She doesn't seem to be hurt or anything, but she can't walk. But I'm just, as soon as I can get the rooster out of there, I'm gonna end the chicken's misery, and everything has to go to the barn on my friend's property because my girlfriend's about to kill me because the rooster is crowing at 4:30 in the morning and waking us up. So that needs to happen. I'll often add manure right alongside the chips to let the chips absorb it and then slow release it to the plants. That's cool. Yeah, we said it. We said it. Fastest way to see the benefit would be a compost foliar feed. For
Right.
houseplant, I always just add worm casting tar, which can burn plants, and the plants seem to absorb what they. Okay, I would need to find that, I guess.
I just bought. I found some worm castings on Amazon. They were, I think the cheapest I found was 5 pounds for like $19 American.
Okay, that's cool. It's not that bad then.
Um, well, it's still just a you know it's a
Yeah,
smaller bag. They're pretty heavy. But I do plan on seeing that, and with the cost of that, and I've been watching videos on vermiculture using worms to and I'm probably going to start me a worm farm because basically you're keeping the worms. Number one, you got them for fishing. Number two, uh, you're composting anyway. All you got to do is instead of putting my kitchen scraps and stuff in the compost pile, and some of the weeds I have
you
that
put it
I just give
to
it
the
to the
worm.
worms.
Talking about fishing, it reminds me that I purchased my fishing license and my bear hunting license because I am not sure if I'm gonna have a moose tag this year. Chances are slim because we had two last year, and I will need to put meat in the freezer.
Mhm.
So bear hunting season comes. It's on now, although it's still early for my area because snow is just gone now, so the bears are just starting to wake up. But I still have to go and start baiting because we're allowed to bait here in New Brunswick. So I have to go and put some bait. And I also want to go and do some fishing because at the dam I'm allowed to fish since last weekend and I haven't gone yet. And the trout there, like they're, you know, very, very big fish. So I keep saying every year that I have to go, and I end up not going as much as I want. So I have to get that done. I want to go there and grab a few fish, catch a few fish, and I want to go bear hunting as well. Um, Now, it's not only the hunting part, it's about baiting. I have to go there every night. It's not a big deal. Like, I'm probably going to go not too far from here, 5-minute drive. It's just a matter of going. I have to go find a place, walk there, put the feed, leave, and go back the next day and do the same thing. And usually after 5 days, the bear has a routine and knows that there's going to be feed there, and they go. So that should happen in the next few days. Sorry.
Yeah, that's we don't have a I don't think I have a spring bear season here, but something tells me this fall the woods are going to be full of hunters. Everybody's going to, even if they've slacked off in recent years like I have,
Yeah,
they're going to be back into it to try to feed their families.
yeah. And I'm glad because Ren's homestead invited me, my dad, and my brother to go hunt with Jack or with Jack and Lindsay. I don't know if Lindsay hunts as well. We're basically going to go exactly at the same place we were last year, except instead of going like 40 minutes north, we're going to go 10 minutes south and go meet up with Jack.
Nice.
I don't know. I don't know if it's going to be like the whole week or whatever. I mean, if like I told my dad, if we go there and we get a deer, we're not going to go and kill all the deers. We're probably going to switch place and go somewhere else. But I'll get to meet them and spend some time with them, and they were very nice to offer. And
You know, us Yanks pay good money for bear hunts and Canadian bear hunts.
yeah, I my uncle's nephew on the other side of the family is a guide for bear hunting, and he told me he has groups coming pretty much every week until the end of June.
Wow.
And I think, if I'm not mistaken, a guide is allowed to have five. It's 4 or 5 hunters. I don't remember. I would have to check. But it pays about $3,000 per guys. So he gets about $12,000 per week. Well, he has to pay like that. That includes their food.
Yeah.
That includes their hotel. But still, like he ends up with about $8,000 left in his pocket after.
Yeah. Yeah.
So there's how many weeks left until the end of June? Like right now, okay, 5, 6.
5. Yeah, somewhere around 5 because the end of June is when I go to West Virginia.
That's $40,000 right there. That's insane.
But it's very seasonal.
Yeah, it
Unless,
is.
unless he takes up, I know a lot of guides do all the seasons. They do the bear season, and the fishing season, and the deer season, or whatever. Um,
I'll usually add it when its second set of true leaves are starting to expand.
yeah.
This last weekend for Turkey. Oh yeah,
That's right. In upstate in New York, uh, the month of May,
it's for
uh,
Turkey.
and I didn't go out at all. I got my turkey stamp.
Go tomorrow morning.
It's tomorrow morning, Saturday.
Yeah.
I could.
Are you guys allowed to hunt on Sundays?
Yes.
Okay. I
Yeah.
think in New
I.
Brunswick we're the only ones that are not allowed.
What's that?
I think in New Brunswick we're the only ones who are not allowed.
But yeah, but you get a spring bear season thrown in there, so
Yeah.
Um, yeah. I don't hunt on Sunday just because I really enjoy church. We've got our Sunday school is a riot. We have a blast and we learn a lot, and it's just a like it's not really like a Sunday school. Sunday school, you're going and you're diving in and you're going verse by verse in the Bible, and it's just really interesting. Um, but I have hunted many times on Sunday mornings before, uh,
Yeah.
but it's legal here. Um,
Okay.
it's one of the few things that are.
Having bear playing on the top of his truck.
Ooh,
There was a guy not too far from here. He actually passed away about a month ago, not because of the bears, but he would go feed the bear and walk among the black bears.
wow.
He had a name for all of them. You could go and touch them, feed them straight to their like hand to mouth. And like I mean, I told his daughter, like, your dad's crazy. He's gonna
Yeah.
get eaten alive. All
Have
you
you
need is
heard?
one alpha male that comes around and decides that okay, you don't belong here, you're gone. That's
Have
it.
you heard of Timothy Treadwell?
But I mean, he was at a point in his life where he loved it so much that
Yeah.
didn't he didn't worry about what could happen because that's what he loved doing.
Um, the Timothy Treadwell, I don't know if you know the story, but I think he was going into Alaska. But he was an animal rights activist, and he believed these bears act that he actually built a rapport with the bear. He would camp right there on the banks of the river, and uh, they found his girlfriend went up with him on his last trip, and they found them both dead. The
Oh,
bears decided to have a
snap.
snack. Yeah.
I have to check bear season. So we have the not too long ago we were just allowed one bear per year. So we have a spring season and a fall season. You purchase your license, you're allowed one bear per year. But then lately there's so many bears, so many black bears, that if you harvest a bear in the spring, you're allowed to buy your license again in the fall. You can't get two in the spring or two in the fall, but if you get one in the spring, you're allowed to buy your license again for one in the fall. So I could, in theory, get two bears this year. And if I go where I want to go and I can find a nice place to set myself up, and I get one, I might go again in the fall. Salmon season coming up. Yeah, no bear season here. Not at all. No bear hunting at all. Where are you from? Wondering where.
Well, I've never gone. I've looked for bear while I'm deer hunting, but I went hunting bear once, and man, was it cold.
Well, the thing with bear is they will smell you, they will see you, and they're very big animals, but they can stealth very, very well. They'll come behind you and you will never hear them. They will be right there in your face and you won't see them. A little bit like my dad keeps saying that with deer. You can be looking at a specific point all day. You turn your eyes for a few seconds,
Yeah,
look back, and there's a big buck right there.
yeah,
The bears are just the same. I was hunting at some point. I was looking at a specific set of spruce branches, and I'm like, okay, I feel like if there's a bear coming, it's going to come this way. And I kept looking and looking and looking. And suddenly, I saw him running like he was right there, and I couldn't see him.
yeah.
And I didn't hear him. And suddenly he left, and he made this big noise to let me know that I wasn't welcome there. And South Carolina. Okay, so there's no bear hunting in South Carolina at all.
I don't think there's a lot of bears in South Carolina. It's
Okay,
quite
well that would make sense. I mean, I we I kind of like to think that they're all over the place, but
well. No, I'm sure there are. I mean, but
maybe not
I
enough
don't
to
think
hunt.
there's a whole lot. I don't. But yes, absolutely eat bear.
Yep. I've never tried. I never had a chance to harvest one, and if I do, that's I want to try butchering my own animals.
Mhm.
So I'm hoping that the black bear will be the first one that I can actually try. I have a meat slicer here. I have a little machine to make the shredded meat.
Mhm.
So I don't see why I wouldn't be able to do it. Now, I might not like it. Maybe I won't. If I don't, I'll cook it. I'll feed it to the dog. You know, um, I won't go again. I don't hunt anything I don't eat. But if I like it, I will definitely go back in the fall. We have
Yeah,
spring and fall. Okay, same as us. A lot of animals are pretty good at figuring out people and how to avoid them. It's
yeah,
it's crazy when you think about it. Usually bears they can be dangerous if you spook them, but most of the time if you walk in the woods and you make noise, they'll hear you and they'll just go away.
yeah,
So if they know you're there, they will like if you go hunting, they'll see you. They know you're there. They will try to scare you off. My brother used to be a guide, and I have a video somewhere over here on a DVD about him going bear hunting with a bunch of tourists, a bunch of Americans come in for bear hunting because my uncle used to ask us to go, guide because I have my guide license. And my brother was in the stand with a rifle while the guy was hunting with a bow and arrow. And the bear climbed up the ladder and showed up his face right there in the stand. And the guy like freaked out. The bear got crazy, and my brother shot him. And the guy
Alligators did.
still remembers.
Yeah. My brother's wife, her brother had a charmed life. Well, he still does. But he would let's see, how was it? Every summer he would go to Alaska, camp all summer long, and build roof, work on a roofing crew. And then in the winter he would come back down to lower 48 and work down here where the weather's a little milder. And he was fishing, and he got attacked by a grizzly.
Oh,
He said he knew. He said he messed up, if I believe, if I'm recalling correctly. He was carrying the fish right in the open because he was kind of close to his campsite or whatever, or his truck, and the bear hit him. Just he said by time he saw the bear, she was on him. She grabbed him by the skull and dragged him a ways, and he is doing great now. He's right back to normal, but he doesn't uh, he doesn't go back to Alaska anymore, I don't believe, and he
no.
doesn't like bears.
Take care, Ren's Homestead.
Ren,
Have a good night. Deer is really big here. See, deer hunting in New Brunswick is very, very popular as well. But the problem is they are down south of the province, and south of the province, it's all private properties.
hmm.
All the lands is privately owned. So if we want to go deer hunting, we have to make a connection with someone. We have to ask permission, and most of the time they don't want us to. Like they won't accept someone coming from north to go hunt on their land. They'll take their friends from their area before. Alligator, we don't have any around here, thank God, and I've never had a chance to try them. I heard it was pretty good though.
Gator tail is delicious. I was in high school living in Florida when they started opening the seasons up, and we got to taste gator tail. Is just beautiful, beautiful meat. It's a real white,
Nice.
flaky.
I would love to try. Bear more greasy. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's. I heard you have to cook it very well too. Like you can't cook it like medium rare or rare. It has to be well cooked. But that's okay. That's the way I like my meat.
well, yeah, and any omnivore you really want to that has a potential to have eaten meat, you want to kind of cook them fairly decently well.
Okay, I didn't know that was the reason. Fun day planned tomorrow. Training days are definitely a lot of fun.
Oh yeah. Training days sounds like you're like a CO or something, corrections officer.
They're training dogs.
Oh, training dogs, nice.
Yeah. Volunteering with local museum this year, and I have a meeting tomorrow with them. And I have to get up. The thing is, I have to get up early tomorrow morning, but I don't even know what time I'm leaving. The guy told me he's working night shift, and he says it's either I come home around 7, give you a call, and we leave, and I'll sleep when I get back home because he's not working the next day, or he's gonna come home, be too tired, sorry, and get some sleep and leave after. I'm hoping for the first option, but I'm not gonna be deciding. We just have so many hunting. Yeah, we do moose, but it's a draw. So whenever we have a tag, I mean it's vacation time, and we go, and it's family time, and um, we have grouse, we have wild rabbits, We have black bear. We started having turkeys in south of the province, but there was only like 200 tags this year, so it's just barely started. And yeah, we have deer as well.
About 5 or 10 years ago, we were on restricted tags with turkeys, and they've opened it right up now. They'll multiply quick. Night, Hickory Croft.
Yeah, take care, guys. I'm gonna call it a night as well. I've been almost 2 hours, and people are tired.
Awesome.
I figured I was gonna go later because I can catch more people, but people are tired and going to bed early now.
Well, yeah, I'm actually doing stuff during the day now, not just sitting on the couch getting fat.
Yeah, right there with you. All right, so thank you everyone for being here, and thank you for promoting my membership area. I think that I had 2 or 3 more members. Now I definitely have to do more videos. You watched my video today, right?
I watched most of it.
Okay.
You had just got to the point where you were grabbing them, and then I got a phone call, and I didn't go back to it, but I will finish it.
Yeah, I was on a fishing website, a fishing group on Facebook, and someone was selling their crawlers for a certain amount of money, and then someone's like, "That's way too cheap for the amount of work you put in." I'm like, "Amount of work you put in? Like in an hour, you can get like 200 night crawlers if you sell them like $5 for 15. Like that's a lot of money." And
Five
he's
for
like, "There's
15.
no way that you can." Well, that's what it is around here. five
Oh,
dollars for 15 night crawlers.
Amish are selling them a dozen for 250.
Okay. But I
So
think that's it. The guy had them at like $3 for 15 or $3 for 20 or something like that. And he was all crazy because it was way too cheap. And I'm like, well, 20 can be caught in a minute. So $3 a minute is still not too bad.
no,
And they're like, there's no way you can catch 20 night crawlers a minute. I'm like, I, I hate to argue, but
now I have to go back and watch it.
yeah,
I got to find out whether you did it or not.
yeah, no spoilers. All right. Take care, guys. Thank you very much for being here. See you guys next time. Bye.
Have a good night.